So let's do a whirlwind demo of this product. As you can see, I'm signed into Power BI on a browser, and I've got my favorites reports here. So accounts payable automation, accounts receivable, and financials. Let's start with the financials. And we'll just go to the navigation pane. And let's start with the financial statements by entity. This is a good illustration of the consolidation. So you can see we've got 3 entities here. You can have as many entities as you want. They can be entities from different entities in one ERP package, accounting system, or they can come from different accounting system, different sources, and the data transformation engine will take care of the whole consolidation there. So within here, you have a drill up to a more summary view. You can drill down more detail and then down to the general ledger account. So, and then within any of these items, be it at the general ledger level or even at the more summary level, you can drill down into the transactions through any of these numbers. So let's say here we don't like the look of professional fees in entity 3. We can just drill through and go straight to the transactions. So there we go, you've got all the transactions there. Okay, and then we go back and you will see that you've got then the same functionality within the balance sheet. So you can drill down to general ledger and then you can drill back up. And then within here you've also got all the filters, so you can filter by entity, so you could just have one entity, or you can do a combination of the entities, and you can also filter by the different date ranges. So then you've got similar on the balance sheet. Then this is pretty much the same, but it gives you a run of the balance sheet by month. You've got the same drill down functionality that you had in the previous page, and you've got the same filters. So that's just a more detailed view of the balance sheet, and again you can do that by entities. Same with the P&L, it's the same drill down functionality. You can drill down to the transactions as per the first page. The difference here is you've also got a column drill down for the date. So we're on quarters at the moment. We can drill up to year, or we can then drill down to 2 quarters, or drill down to 2 months. And again, you've got the filters there. We're on 2020, but you could do 2021 very easily and do that filtering. And then on the overhead analysis, this can be tailored to however you want to see it. This works for the way I want to look at it. So you can you highlight the personnel costs, and you can see the run of spend by month. If you want to go further down, you can go into it as a general ledger level to see that run, and you can obviously move about between all those different items. Then if you've got them all, you can see the cost by a particular month, just highlighting a month, and it will give you what those values were for that month. And anywhere within here, as with the previous reports, you can drill down to the detail. So we can go into here, drill through to the transactions. And then finally, we look at, we've got the option to view the actuals against the plan. You've got all the same functionality, all the same drill downs. You've got the date drill down as well. The difference here is that you can pick a plan, and you can have different versions of the plan and pick between those versions. So that's the financials. So if we go back to our favorites, we can now have a quick look at the receivables and fly through this one. So this is consolidated receivables across all the entities by customer. You've got the same similar sort of drill down here, or if you only want to drill down on one customer, then you just expand the selection there, and you don't get all the detail. You just get that customer. Drill back up, and if you want to look in a bit more detail, you can go into a customer, and you can drill through. So you can go to the AR detail. That gives you all the expanded detail on those invoices. or you can go to a customer view to give you more detail on that particular customer. So by project, cash flow forecast, by business segment, and then some details of the actual invoices. So also within here, you can see that I've built in provision, we've built in unbilled, so you can have all those items there. You can sort by these, so you may want to just look at what's been invoiced, or if you look at just the payments, that shows you any unallocated payments, so that's useful. You can look at provisions, and you can look at unbilled. Similarly with before, you can then use any of these entity filters to look at one entity, several entities combined, all the entities. And then this is the same sort of report, but this is just by collector rather than, or you may have account manager rather than customer. You've got all the same functionality, the drill down, the drill through, etc. within that one. And then depending on what your business is you can do some ad hoc reporting from here. I like to see what invoices have been issued over a certain time period, so you can change that time period, and then you can filter by customer, entity, business segment. I also like to see the same on the cash side, how much cash we've received between a set date, and then this is just a customer, the detailed customer, which you can then flip between the customers and get a strong overview by customer. Okay, so that's the AR. If we look at, oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. I'm going to do that one later. If we look at accounts payable. So this is your aged accounts payable by vendor, and you've got the same sort of thing here. You can drill down to the document, drill back up. You can drill through to the, so if you want to pick, you may want to, so let's pick one with a few invoices. So you may want to you can drill through to the detail and see all the accounts detail there of the different documents. You can sort it by the aging buckets, so you may want to say I only want to see items which are over 30 days old, because I'm not going to even consider the others. And you've then got that summary there, and you can filter by entity as we've done on the other reports. And this one then, we use this to control the cash flow. So this procurement would look at this. They've got a list of all the invoices available for payment. They can sort that by entity, by vendor, by status, by latest due date. So we've got in here anything that was due on or before the 30th of June. And then procurement can select what they want to send for payment. So as you can see, the amount they've selected changes up the top here. And then they hit this button and it sends it for finance approval. So then this comes over into finance, and then finance sees what procurement have suggested, and you can go approve or reject. So your business may be different, and this can be applied accordingly.
Okay, last but certainly not least, let's take a look at AP automation. For this, we'll be using some OCR software, which I'm using Rossum, which I highly recommend. So within this, you would drop in here your PDF files, or import your PDF files, and then the software will read them in, and it will then bring them into the application. So the invoice has been read in, and all the information is populated on the left-hand side. So once you've checked all that, then you can confirm that. And once you've got a batch of confirmed invoices, then you can export those to an Excel file or a CSV file. That file can then be read into Power BI, and it that runs through all the algorithms in the data engine and decides what we need to do with each of those invoices. So on this first page, what we've got here is invoices that have got no PO attached to them, and they need approval. We can put them through any sort of approval route. So you can flick between the different invoices and see what needs approving, and then you can approve. It automatically picks up the GL code that it thinks needs to be applied to that invoice. If you need to change that, you can change that, or it can be rejected. If you need to see the original invoice, then you just click up here, and that will take you to to a copy of the original invoice. And then if it's an invoice which has a PO attached to it, then the algorithm looks at to see whether it matches to the PO, and if it matches, it puts it into this sheet, and then you can approve the match or you can reject the match. So as you see, we've got 3 here where the POs match the invoice, and then there's any that are mismatched and whatever. So when these are approved, either in this PI here, where it's just without the PO, or whether it's a match, once you approve it, that creates an automatic entry into your accounting system or your ERP system as for unapproved purchase invoice. Okay, so that was just a very quick look at the standard functionality that we've got in here, but you know, being built on Microsoft Office with no development programming, then it's incredibly flexible and it can be easily customized for your requirements. In fact, I developed this AP automation on the really to prove that the model can handle anything. So I think if we can build our own AP automation solution with no programmers, then we can pretty much incorporate anything into this platform. So anyway, thanks for staying this far. I hope some of this resonated with you and your requirements. And obviously, if you want a more in detail demo, then please just get in touch. Thank you.